All right, everyone, welcome back to task number 3, writing convincing phishing emails. So to begin, we have 3 things to work with regarding phishing emails: the sender's email address, the subject, and the content. For section 1, the sender's address, ideally the sender's address would be from a domain name that spoofs a specific brand, a known contact, or a coworker. See the choosing a phishing domain task below for more information on this. To find out what brands or people a victim interacts with, you can employ OSINT, open source intelligence tactics. For example, observe their social media account for any brands or friends they talk to. Searching Google for the victim's name and rough location for any views the victim may have left about local businesses or brands. Looking at the victim's business website to find suppliers. Looking at LinkedIn to find coworkers of the victim. That's actually really good advice, especially points 1, 2, and 4. Point 4, I've actually seen a lot of spoofing of LinkedIn profiles. So section 2, the subject. You should set the subject to something quite urgent, worrying, or piques the victim's curiosity, so they do not ignore it and act on it quickly. Examples of this could be: your account has been compromised, your package has been dispatched or shipped, staff payroll information do not forward, your photos have been published. Number 1 and number 2, I've seen a heck of a lot of. Also, again, going back to that whole scam of the favor scam, where it says somebody says, "Hey, can you do me a favor really quickly?" which is part of a business email compromise. And so we have section 3, the content. If impersonating a brand or supplier, it would be pertinent to research their standard email templates and branding, and make your content look the same as theirs, so the victim doesn't expect anything. If impersonating a coworker or a contact or coworker, it could be beneficial to contact them first. They may have some branding in their template, have a particular email signature, or even something small such as how do they refer to themselves. For example, someone might have the name Dorothy and their email is dorothy@company.thm. Still, in their signature, it might say best regards dot. Learning these somewhat small things can sometimes have a quite dramatic psychological effect on the victims and convince them more to open and act in the email. If you set up a spoof website to harvest data or distribute malware, the links to this should be disguised using the anchor text and changing it to either some text which says "click here" or changing it to a correct looking link that reflects the business you are spoofing. For example, the spoof site, that's another one. And then it just leads to a Wikipedia page about what anchor text is. And answer the questions below. What tactic can be used to find brands or people a victim interacts with? And we are going to say it is OSINT, open source intelligence. What should be changed on an HTML anchor tag to distinguish a link? Same with the. Sorry about that. Oh, duh, anchor text. And there you are. We are all done task number 3. Both answers are correct. And that will do it for task number 3. Again, this is all very good information about finding the victims. You could even use other factors as well, because if you end up looking on like websites and you see that they've been a part of a breach, I'm very sorry about that. My phone. If you see they've been a part of a breach, sometimes you'll see a flood of emails come to your company, or go to even this company ends up just getting more and more just malicious email. If they also are in the news, that also leads to an uptick in malicious email. Even if it's a news such as, "Hey, we have a new CEO," or "Hey, we won this business award," you'll see an uptick in malicious email. So that will do it for this section, everyone. And I want to say thank you again for watching, and then I'll see you in task 4, phishing infrastructure.